Breaking news. Nigeria protesters move to Lure Biafrans to join them as they include the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to their 15-point agenda. Here are the news in details. Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world, you are welcome once again to Biafra Unite channel /television this very moment. Today's date is 25th of July 2024, and I have some very important information for every one of you listening to my voice right now from where you are all over the world. Dear friends and lovers of freedom, I want you to pay very good attention to this very news because it's very, very important. I can assure you, my people. The protesters in the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria, have moved or planned to Lure Biafrans to join their End Bad Governance in the Zoo protest scheduled to start from the 1st of August 2024. As they all know that we, the Biafran people, have vowed never to join any Nigeria protest, because the only thing we focus at this very point in time is the restoration of the Republic of Biafra. That is the only thing we care for. Outside that, we, the Biafran people, are not involved. And recall that the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile, His Excellency Simon Ekpanjoko, has officially announced that Biafra people will not join the End Bad Governance in the Zoo protest starting from the 1st of August. It is official. It is no longer maybe they are discussing it or they are trying to see. No. He has announced it and it's official. The Biafran people cannot in any way join the so-called protest of End Bad Governance, not because we like the so-called president, or because we want him to continue, or because we want to protest for P2B to enter, or because we don't like P2B. No. The only bone of contention there is that we are Biafrans and we cannot join in protest meant to better the Zoological Republic. The only thing we want as it stands today is freedom. That's all. Any other thing within the zoo, we are not involved. Now, according to the report from Daily Post Nigeria, they said, protest, Nnamdi Kanu, diaspora voting, make lists as organizers, unveil 15 demands. Now, you see this word here, organizers. You see this very word. This very word you see here, organizers. That is the end of the beginning of the protest. This word you see here is the end of the beginning of the protest. I don't know who are the organizers because I haven't actually read this very news in full details, which we are going to do together right now. But anybody coming out, or a group of people coming out to claim being the organizers of this so-called End Bad Governance in the Zoo protest, that is going to be the end of it. Because the next thing the zoo, especially Tinubu is the master of bribery and corruption. So the first thing he's going to do right now is to call them and bribe them. That's all. Protest will end. Protest will end. It is over. I'm telling you what I have said now. Today is 25th. Before the beginning of this protest, write it down. Go and write it somewhere. A place that you cannot forget. That this thing called organizers is going to be the end of the beginning of that protest, because very soon they are going to start singing. And if Showore happens to be involved, if somebody like Showore happens to be among the so-called organizers, it is over. The same thing that happened to Revolution Now will still happen to this End Bad Governance protest. I'm telling you, but everything I tell you is final, whether you like it or not. Now, they said, organizers of the planned nationwide protest scheduled for August 1st to August 10th have unveiled their key demands from President Bola Tinubu's government. Oh, they said they scheduled it from August. You know this one that I have not seen before. They said they scheduled it for August 1st to August 10th. How do you schedule a 5-day protest? Like, seriously? And you say the name is End Bad Governance Protest. So after the 5 days, from 11th of August, everybody will go back to their bed, to your tent, O Israel. And then Tinubu will now say, today we are ending bad governance. I heard that in the Kenya, they are emulating, they are still protesting. Kenyans did not set date. They didn't set date from the start to the end. They never set date. But the zoo youths have set date to start and also the date to end. So we want to see how it will all play out. We want to know the organizers first, but let's continue reading. Daily Post reports that the nation's economic situation has propelled citizens, particularly the youths, to plan a mass protest nationwide. Despite effort by the government to quell the move, the youths are insisting on embarking on protests in the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Abuja. When you say 36 states, I hope you are not including the states created by the zoo in Biafra land. I hope you are not including us. Former presidential candidate of the Africa Action Congress, AAC, who I said it. This is the name I don't want to see here, because this name stands for betrayal. This name is a betrayal. Showore is open, he's in the public, he's a betrayer. You went to Kuje prison for a few months after you were arrested by, what's the name? President Buhari, late Buhari, of course. Tinubu came and had a roundtable talk with you. You signed their papers, and a revolution now became a thing of the past. Almost election for you to come, and now you want to carry this thing. You want to make it your own thing. Where is revolution now protest? For you to make this protest your own property, tell us where or what happened to revolution now. Tell us, why did you sign the document presented to you by Tinubu? Of course, any political solution to resolve any either protest or revolution, something that in they call political solution, is a bag of money. It's not just, they don't just sign document to end a political movement. It goes with bribe and corruption. That is the truth. Now they said, Omo Eleshowore, who is one of the organizers of the movement, forwarded the demand to Daily Post correspondent on Wednesday. The looming protest, titled Days of Rage and Bad Governance, is aimed at drawing the attention of the federal government to the economic situation of the country. You see, these people always look for any opportunity. You see the likes of Omo Eleshowore, that woman, that idiotic woman called Aisha Yusuf or Aisha Yusuf, whatever they call him. These are opportunists. Opportunists. They always like to queue in. You see the reason why Omo Ele is queuing in now. He's not the one that started the propagation of this end bad governance protest. Omo Eleshowore was not there. These are the things that happened during the colonial days, when people fought for the independence of the various contraptions you see today in Africa. Then at the end, when the things start making sense, other politicians will hop in the name of joining them. At the end of the day, the colonial masters will pick from those politicians that just joined the agitation for freedom and hand over power to them. This is what happened in order to continue colonizing Africa through them. That is the extension, the neo-colonization. That is what you have today in Africa. That's why no country is moving forward in Africa, because the colonizers handed over the power to the opportunists that you have today as so-called founding fathers. I'm telling you. Now, they say, among other things, the intending protesters want the federal government to return the fuel subsidy, address issues in the power sector, release the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, from the custody of the Department of State Services, DSS, and allow for diaspora voting during general elections. You see, The sole reason why they have included the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu here is to lure the Biafran people to join them, because they know that as far as the Prime Minister has said that no Biafran will join the protest, it is done and dusted. The protest can never hold. Even if he holds, it will only hold in Nigeria, not in Biafra land. I'm telling you, this protest cannot hold here. If you like, come out and try. Mad people everywhere. We are Biafrans, not the zoo. Any protest for the betterment of the zoo must be carried out in the zoo, not in Biafra land. We cannot join them. They want to lure us. They want to soften our mind. The release of Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu's release is not going to be based on the protest of end bad governance. We know what we are doing, and we know how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released. Now, according to Sowore, Nigerians are asking the federal government to scrap the 1999 constitution and replace it with a people-made constitution for the Federal Republic of Nigeria through a sovereign national conference followed by a national referendum. Don't listen to Sowore. Sowore is a chameleon. Anybody that listens to Sowore is gone. You are gone. You are done and dusted. Do not pay attention to Sowore. Sowore is a chameleon. He is a chameleon. He's a politician. He has tried to become the president of the zoo for 2 times and failed. Sowore is a chameleon. He's one of them. They used him to destroy the presidency of Jonathan Goodluck. Don't follow Sowore. Anybody following Sowore, you will be doomed. This is what they did during the NSAS. And then he began a revolution now. Don't follow Sowore, you will be doomed. You see Sowore, you see Aisha Yesufu. Anybody following these 2 people are doomed. You are doomed for good. You are gone for good. I'm telling you. They said, those the Senate arm of the Nigeria legislative system keep the House of Representatives and make lawmaking a part-time endeavor. Pay Nigerian workers a minimum wage of nothing less than 250,000 monthly. Invest heavily in education and give Nigerian students grants, not loans. Aggressively pursue free and compulsory education for children across Nigeria. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally and demilitarize the Southeast. All NSAS and political detainees must also be released and compensated. Omo election will relieve the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are fighting for his release. He cannot be used as a bargain for the so-called end bad governance protest. The same way we are fighting political criminals in the East against using Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release as a bargain for their so-called restructuring. We are not in for it. Now they continued. Rationalize public-owned enterprises sold to government officials and cronies. Restate a corruption-free subsidy regime to reduce hunger, starvation, and multidimensional poverty. Probe past and present Nigeria leaders who have looted the treasury, recover their loot, and deposit it in a special account to fund education, healthcare, and infrastructure. Who are you telling to probe the old and current, Nigeria leaders? I don't understand. Who? Are you telling Tinubu to, to probe who? If you want anybody to be probed, it should start from Tinubu. Is he not the Jagaban? Is he not the bullion van? So he has to start from Tinubu. So how can you tell the chief corruption to start probing the corrupt? I don't understand. That's why I told you never follow more election. Right? This man is a con man. Sure, he's a con man. We know. They are also demanding the restructuring of Nigeria to accommodate Nigeria's diversity, resources control, decentralization, and regional development. End banditry, terrorism, and violent crimes. Reform security agencies to stop continuous human rights violations. Establishment of a special energy immediately to drive massive corruption-free power sector development. Immediate reconstitution of the electoral body INEC to remove corrupt individuals and partisan hacks appointed to manipulate elections. Massive investment in public works and industrialization will help employ Nigeria's teeming youths. Massive shakeups in the Nigeria judiciary to remove cabals of corrupt generations of judges and judicial officers that continue denying citizens access to real justice. In the zoo. Oh my goodness me. Diaspora voting. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu on Tuesday appealed to Nigerians to shelve the planned protest, urging youth to keep faith and believe in the ability of his administration to transform the zoo. So this is the flyer here, you can see it. So I don't have to continue analyzing these things. Of course, you have seen everything. The only thing I want to tell them is that Biafrans cannot in any way join the protest, but I want to ask them to go on and protest. I want to encourage the protest because it is the right of the citizens to protest when things are going wrong. So I'm encouraging them to carry out the protest. In fact, they should march to Asorok. Yeah, because that is the seat of power. So they must march to Asorok, but leave Biafra land out of your protest. We are not involved. Thank you, my people. To Salo Numozia and make it go viral.